Hi everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Donna and today we are continuing in our Junk Journal January 2024 journal. The prompt I'm working on today is daily log, and I have also just made a note of translucent because of the thing that I'm going to be using in a second. So when I first saw the prompt daily log, my initial thought was like a daily tracker. However, I saw Meg at Meg Journals, who is the host of this challenge, and she was explaining that a daily log can be something from your day that you want to remember. So it could be a wrapper from some chocolate. It could be, the little piece of card you get on the end of a tea bag string. It could be that. It could be a leaflet. It could be a postcard or something that you've picked up if you've been somewhere. And when she explained that, I felt a lot more inspired with this prompt. So for Christmas, my sister got me a set. It was some Yorkshire shortbread from Betty's Tea Room. If you are from the US, Betty's is a really famous tea room in York, which is in North Yorkshire. I used to live there. I went to university there. So my sister got me the set with some biscuits, Betty's English tea, and also a Betty's collectible mug. And I thought this was perfect for using in the daily log prompt because this box is decorated so beautifully. So we've got the front here, which I thought would make a gorgeous kind of either pocket or window tag. Then if we turn on this way, we've got these lovely illustrations, and that just looks like a side tuck to me. Could be used as a side tuck. Then we have this on the back with Betty's story, which I thought was a lovely little extra as well. We've got a gorgeous border coming all the way around. I thought I could maybe use that with a tag and a pocket here. And then we have this little fella on this side as well, which again I just thought was gorgeous. So there's so much that I could do with this. I could make this into a little side tuck, and then even here I could use as well as some form of pocket. So I'm actually going to deconstruct this box and get all the different compartments and then see how I can use them in my journal here. The size is just about right. So I'm going to get all that sorted.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin.
So I have all my bits here. I have also just put to one side these little things because I thought at some point these might come in handy for something. I'm not quite sure what, but I didn't want to throw those out. I think the first thing I'm going to start on is this, and I'm just going to put some transparency on the back to create a window. That's something easy that I can start with while I get some ideas together. So I'm just going to cut some of this to size. I'm going to put some glue onto there and pop this down. And over the top, I'm going to cut a little bit of sellotape just to keep the edges stuck down. So that just prevents things from getting stuck as you put them in.
Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden.
And then just give that a good burnish down. Make sure it's all nicely stuck.
Golden things.
Okay, so let's bring this back in now and let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm forgetting that I've actually got pages behind where I put my journal prompts. And I've got this page here, which is higher than the rest. And that fits that pocket on there perfectly. And it's also already decorated. So I could stick that down as a pocket. I would just need to round the corner on the top and the bottom. So I could either have that as a top loading pocket or as a side loading pocket. And one of these pre-made tags that I've already got could sit in there nicely. So that might be an option for that. And then we've just got the little things peeking out there, which I think is nice. And then we've got the yellow, which ties the yellow in here. We've got the red that ties the red in there. And we've got this kind of browny colour and the browns here that ties this brown in there. So I like that idea. Quite like the idea of putting this here as a tuck spot. This is ideal for writing, but it is quite a lot of writing space. So I could have that as a tuck, and then I've got the option to put a picture of whatever it is I'm writing about. So that might be a good one for there. Okay, so for now, I'm going to get this and that little tuck spot sorted because that's something I can get on with quite easily. So I need to round these corners, and I will do them on... I'll try the 7. Yeah, that's just about right. And I think I will just do a very small rounded edge there. Let's just put a bit of Distress Oxide around that. This is the ground espresso. On this type of shiny paper, it is pulling a little bit more red, like Vintage Photo, but it goes really nicely with the browns. And I'm going to stick down 1, 2, 3 sides.
Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden.
While that's drying, let's flick to here. Let's pop this on. So again, I will just ink a little bit around the edge. And I might just pop some scrap paper across here to give it some strength. I've made sure to get lots of glue at the edges and the corners so that it won't lift up. And then I did cut an extra piece here just to go down that middle. And again, where I put this, I'm going to put some sellotape to prevent the corners from lifting up or from anything catching when I'm putting things in and out. And again, I'm going to give this a really good burnish. Make sure it's all nicely stuck. So that's much stronger now. That can go on there like that. I'm going to take these off because I'm going to need to put something heavy on there. It's my Birds of Europe book again, making another appearance. The reason I'm going to need something heavy is because I'm gluing over that sellotape. So I'm going to want to hold this in place. So this is stuck in and all ready, and we have this stuck in and ready. So I'm going to pop that to one side because I'm going to have a look at this here and this. So what I was thinking is that they are the same colours, so they go nicely together. They're also the same size. Obviously, they've come from the same box. So I can have that as on the front as a tag. This on the back as a pocket for the tag. And I can pop something over here if I want to, like a pocket, or I could just leave it. Doesn't matter really. And for the inside, I found this paper. This is from, it's a digital from, oh, what's the channel called? I cannot remember. I'll have to have a look. If I can remember the name, I will link it. She has an Etsy shop and she does really kind of vintagey type journals. Yeah, I'll have to have a think. I'm sorry. But the colour of this matches this, and it's also the same colour as in this teapot. So I thought this would be a really nice one to back it with. And what I was thinking is to kind of have it so that we could see the letters. So we would want to kind of use this line as a cut off and cut it off there as well. So where's my pencil? We can just get, for now, we want to go across there, I want to go across there. We can just get the width cut for now. So we'll go on there like that. And that would sit on there like that. I mean, you can't really tell their letters though, can you? So I wonder if we could use the decorative side. That might be better to use with the flowers. Yeah, we'll use this side maybe. I wonder if I could pop. So I'm wondering now if I could actually, should have tried this before doing it. If I can do something like that, because I think that's going to make more sense. I can tell what it is. You can't really tell that that's the alphabet. So there's the end of that. Let me cut down there. So then I can stick that on. And then this can go next to it. I can line it up. Yep, I think that's going to work. So, a bit of glue down this side. I'll pop it about there. And then for this, I need to cut it here and here. And it doesn't actually need to go all the way down because that's going to be over it. That's where the end is, so I'll cut it just kind of in a little bit from the end. So I actually want to round this tag. So I will do this corner, this one, these two, that one, and that one, and then I would just do the small one here. Like that. Okay, perfect. So again, just a bit of ink here, which I'm going to do now before I stick it on.
Golden things.
So now we could use the same paper on this side to create a little pocket. Probably want it to go up to about there. And the width needs to be about there. Like that. And then can turn this down a little bit to give that a bit of strength at the top. And I'm going to back it onto something to make it a little bit stronger. And I'm going to round those edges as well.
Gold hair, gold rings.
So I think I used the 7-inch rounder on here, so I'll do the same on these ones. Well, then that can just go on there like that. Now, I don't think I'm going to put a gusset on. I don't think there's much point. I'm not going to put an awful lot in there because the journal's not big enough. But I am going to go around with some ink. I haven't actually re-inked this yet. It's the same Distress Oxide Ground Espresso that I've had on. It's just kind of what's been left over. I don't want to go too dark and grungy. It's not really that style of journal. So just keeping it a bit lighter. And I'm wondering if I want to put a notch. I've got this new notch cutter. You put it on like that. It takes a little notch out. I think that might be quite nice. So I will just fold here and make a little mark there. Right, so I'm going to stick that down. So let's have a look at where we're up to. So we have got our tuck spot stuck down. We have our pocket here. Now, I'm wondering now where this can go. So I could add it on as like an extra pocket and just use another tab. Might look nice there because the colours are nice. And it goes with that quite nicely. And I've got space to put some washi. And I perhaps should have done that before I stuck this down. Because then I can stick that over the top. I want to be able to see the dots through. So I wonder if I could just use some clear tape. I've got this washi that's actually white. And I'm wondering how transparent it would go if I use that. I can still see the dots through, so that might be an option actually. And that opens nicely, so let's make sure this is really nicely glued. And I'm actually going to put another piece here because it's so thin. I want to just make sure it's nicely stuck. So turn it over, do the same here. And this now I can stick back on. So while those things are drying, I'm going to just work a little bit on this tag here because it needs backing. I want to keep this section with the backing of the stitching. So I'm just going to cut some interesting paper, rip it off, then I can just kind of stick that in place.
Gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
So for him, what I was thinking is to maybe cut him out and put him into here. I don't really want to add any more pages because it's going to start getting too bulky. But I don't want to not have him because I like him. Or my other option is he could flip kind of down somehow. It's like an interactive part. I think interactive is one of the prompts actually. So he could flick down. So what I could do is cut along him but leave this bit. So I was thinking I could kind of attach him here with a tab so we'd like sit there. I could put a tab on the bottom here and then he kind of lifts up and he sits over as like the baker, and then you can lift him down and you've got your pocket and the thing. I think that's a really nice idea. I want him to sit there. So his hat's about there. So I would need to cut just that end bit off. Then round it so it matches in. If I use some washi, he can flip. And if I use that white washi again, it's not going to cover any of this. Or I could use some really decorative washi. Let me see what I've got. I'm going to put some clear tape on first, and then I've got this, which I think is quite nice. I think it kind of matches with the colour. So I want him taped right there. I'm going to pop a little bit of tape on and not kind of press it down yet, just to make sure he's in the right place, which he is. So, I mean, I could just keep it to this clear tape because we can still see through, but then I'm thinking I might just want to decorate it a little bit. But if I was to burnish that, you would hardly be able to see the tape. There he is. I love him. There he is, Mr. Baker. And then I've got journaling space there if I want it. Love it. Let's just see what this would look like. Yeah, I think, I don't know actually. Would it look better at one side? I'm not sure if it's needed actually. I think it's okay the way it is. Well, here we go, we have Mr. Baker. I think that's my most favourite thing I've ever done. So I just have this left now, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, where I'm going to put it. I'm not sure if it's necessary to use everything that I've got. It goes this way, doesn't it? I could add it on as another pocket, but I don't feel like I really need another pocket. I've already got plenty. So today we've done this, and I've backed my tag, and I've got our Mr. Baker and our pocket there. And we've got our little tuck spot. So it's a shame because I feel like this is like a, like a pocket waiting to go. The only other thing I can think of is cutting this out and using it more decoratively. But for the moment, I'm not quite sure where I would put that. So I'm going to leave that for now. What I am going to do is tick off today's prompts. So daily log and interactive. There's other things as well, but those are my main ones. Translucent. I mean, is it cheating to count this as translucent? Should I be using like a translucent material, because I could call that translucent, couldn't I? So I've definitely got translucent. This is translucent. Or should I be doing something else? I'll maybe leave that for now. So I've still got a few to go. There's a couple here again that I can pair up, but I am happy with what I've achieved today with my Betty's box. I am particularly happy with my interactive man, my baker, and that's it for me for today. This is getting chunky by the minute. I may have to put a closure on it. I can't go too bulky because I'm quite limited. I've only got the spine here, so it is going to end up like a bit of a gator mouth, but that's fine. That's fine by me. And we've got Billy there peeking out. Is peeking out not peeking out? So we've got Billy peeking out of the top there. Yeah, there's his hat. There's his eyes. And there's some more eyes. And here he is. I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration, and take care until I see you next time. Bye.
Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon.